Hey everyone, Brian here from Vintage Classic Specialist. Happy Thursday, everyone, or as some people call it, Friday Eve. Anyway, it is time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So, what happened here today? Rafa was off, of course. He works Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Occasionally he'll show up for part of a day on Thursday, but not this week. Anyhow, so pretty much inside the shop was me today, and then my guys working in their respective areas on upholstery, Santiago, and bodywork, Rene and Raul. So those guys are pretty much just continuing to work on the same things that they have been. Rene and Raul are working on the 67 Beetle, which is currently white, but may end up green. And last I checked, Santiago's working on the seats for that guy, actually. Anyhow, so I started off the day today doing the oil change and some other very minor things on that beautiful red 71 bay window, which is now gone, by the way. So I went ahead and did his oil change and everything else, and worked on that pretty much the whole morning and sent it on its way. So pretty much oil change, changed the filter. It does have a full flow oiling system, so put a new spin-on filter on it. Went through and adjusted all the valves. It's a hot rod motor, so they're all set to loose zero. A couple of them were, I would say, on the tight side of loose zero, but I adjusted them anyway. But they were fine, basically. I mean, we're kind of splitting hairs at that point. But anyway, yeah, adjusted those. Checked his throttle linkage for synchronization. It looked fine. He had mentioned he had mentioned that his battery had kind of died at some point. He had to charge it. And his battery had 13.6 volts in it, which is really pretty good. And his alternator was putting out, I think, like 14.4. So I didn't really see anything going on with that. So, but I did check those things for him. I said, hey, you know what? If it does that again, bring it back and we'll do a more thorough dive into the electrical system. But as far as I could tell, his battery's fine and charging system is working fine. I suggested that perhaps he left a door ajar or something maybe, and it drained the battery, the dome light. Anyway, but yeah, I did those things on it, took it for a quick test drive, and like I said, sent him on his way. And then got on with this guy here, and I think I mentioned yesterday that it came in, of course, for a complete brake job, and found a couple other things, as we often do with these cars, one of which was leaky rear axles. Well, axles were leaking in a couple places. On one side, the axle seal right here was leaking. Pretty common place for them to leak. And then that was actually on the opposite side. And then on this side, the boot was leaking. I think I mentioned when I jacked the car up and the boot flexed, all this oil came puking out of that boot, and it had a huge tear in it. So replaced the boots on both sides, and that's a pain in the ass, guys. There's nothing that I enjoy about that job, but sometimes being a mechanic, not everything is fun. That is definitely not a fun job. But anyway, I don't mean to complain, but I don't like doing that job. It kind of sucks, honestly. However, went ahead and did that. We buy the boots from Wolfsburg West, of course, and they're actually stamped Volkswagen. So I guess Volkswagen is still making those boots. So that's kind of cool that they still make those. And they seem like really high quality, so we'll see. I'm not really too worried about them continuing to leak. So did those, and then I, of course, because I was going to replace all the seals on the ends here, I completely removed the backing plates and these bearing caps and everything from both sides, cleaned everything up very thoroughly, and knocked out the old seals from these, put in new seals, and then gooped up with shellac everything how we do, put everything back in, and that was pretty much my afternoon, doing those boots there, and then essentially removing, cleaning, and reinstalling these with new seals. So tomorrow, finally, I can go ahead and actually start in on the brakes now that I'm done finishing all the things that weren't brakes that sort of came up as part of the job. So that won't take too long. Brakes are pretty easy to put together. And so again, I'm doing new wheel cylinders on front and back, new shoes front and back. I will check his drums and see if they need any machining. New rubber hoses front and back, so all 4 of those. And a new master cylinder to reservoir hose. There's a short piece of braided hose in there for that. And a new master cylinder itself. So pretty much everything on the brake system that could go bad, we're replacing. Basically everything except, well, pretty much everything except the hard lines, which rarely go bad. So that is pretty much what I did today on this one. And yeah, pain in the butt. This is not a pain in the butt, but you know, by the time you clean everything and stuff like that, it's kind of a big job to do. So that was pretty much my day, guys. I do have a a bus coming in tomorrow. I don't remember the year. I think it might have been a 66 or 67 that's going to be getting a complete headliner. So that's going to happen tomorrow. And probably need to start calling around to some other people on my wait list and see what else is coming in to fill the little bit of space that we have in our shop right now, other than that bus for its headliner. And then hopefully this car will be done. Probably like to wrap this up tomorrow if possible. If not, then for sure by like Monday, I'll have it done and it can go, and then we'll bring something else in. Again, the wait list is pretty long. Last I counted, there's I think 28 or so people on it. Ugh. I hate that it's so long, but I mean, it's good for us that we're that busy, but again, I hate telling people it's going to be months and months before they can bring their car in. But for those willing to wait, we'll take good care of them. Anyway, guys, I cannot say how much I love the color of these two cars, and seeing them sitting next to each other and then kind of balanced out with the equally beautiful but much less bright 68 Karmann Ghia. And then this yellow one. By the way, somebody was asking about the color of this car. This car is Manila yellow. It's a Karmann Ghia only color, I believe. And I think it was used from about 63 or so until 66, I believe. And so, yeah, really great color. And another thing I wanted to point out is the dash on this car. So this, to my knowledge, with this trim on there, I believe that is a 66 only dash with this very cool looking trim on it. So you'll not see many Ghias with that on it because, again, only 66. So super cool. Really love the look of that. Yeah, guys, I like this Ghia a lot. It's got a lot of character. And you know what? I kind of like these seats. I'm sure they feel very sporty driving the car, and you know, it's kind of unique. T-bars on it and stuff like that. If I had this car, I'd probably put some maybe like Porsche 356 style wheels on it, maybe lower it a hair, but I mean, it's basically perfect how it is. So, and these two beauties, I don't know, what more can I say? So guys, that is it. A little bit of a short episode today. I didn't really have a lot of show and tell because one of the cars that I worked on today left today, and then nothing too exciting here as far as axle boots and axle seals. So gonna cut this one a little bit short today. So thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate all you guys, your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, etc. Helps us out. And so we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.